These conversations happened on the evening of October 13, 2020, at Jane's Bar in a usually quiet town in Indiana. Everything you hear is true and plausible.
Oh, yeah, great. There's another tax person along to me now, right? Yeah.
Hey, it'll help stop the drought in Africa where 20 million people starve to death.
That's a bunch of crap. It's the corrupt governments and the rebel forces that are preventing the people from getting their crops.
Oh, the drought's not causing all the food shortages.
Jesus Christ, man, come on. It's because the civil wars are not allowing anybody to plant the crops. And those 20 million people are going to starve because of people like you who blame global warming.
And you blame it all on a civil war so you don't upset major corporations whose carbon emissions create climate change.
God almighty, maybe it's because that great damn groundhog didn't see his shadow enough, causing your global
Hey, come on. Can you guys just agree that it's bad polluting the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat? Let's get back to focusing on what we agree on.
Well, listen, maybe if he stopped the genocide in Africa like he saves the whales rather than pointing at global warming for every natural disaster, I'm surprised he's not blaming the virus on global warming.
Hey, listen, in truth, there is a drought that will destroy livable land for millions. But these people are starving now because of these man-made famines by these corrupt governments who won't allow the food to get through to the millions of children who are starving right now and dying in their mother's arms.
Now, that's what we need in politics, the truth.
Okay, so maybe you should all agree that certain issues are out of our reach and figure out a way to work on things like you can change, like you were just saying before.
Listen, I just get upset when you excuse the behavior of murderers we can deal with by blaming it on shit and things we can't prove or fix. It's like we got an excuse not to change what we can.
I was just saying.
Hey, listen, can we talk about something a little more real and positive here and now that we can change?
That's what I was saying before you got all pissed off. Something positive for a change.
Yeah, like what?
Like using Mother Nature to supply us with all the energy we need free of charge.
Free?
Well, maybe not exactly for free, I guess, since I guess someone else is still in charge of how we get it from Mother Nature. But then why shouldn't it be free? Like, why can't we have a direct line to nature without the middleman?
Like burning wood with the fireflies.
Right.
I mean, what if the government just gave everyone equipment to get free energy from our environment so that all we're spending now on heat and electric, we could spend on other things that would stimulate an economy that right now needs a lot of help. Just think about it. It's a heck of a lot of money to spend.
Now, he's got a point. I mean, they could have given us almost $1 billion to spend on solar instead of Solyndra. Do you remember that company that President Obama got all that money for, and then they went broke because they were giving out to their own executives so they didn't have to worry about their own utilities without providing one extra job?
Benefit of being a friend of the president.
Yeah, but that's what I was going to say. Imagine this. I'd figured the government could spend that $1 billion for $2,500 of equipment for 400,000 families to provide solar heat or wind electricity or whatever source of energy they develop and be off the grid. 400,000 families. Am I right?
Hey, okay. 400,000 families times $2,500. If they could build it for that. Yeah. And it all starts with creating demand. Companies probably would be falling all over themselves to develop and manufacture higher quality, less expensive units to fulfill that demand that eventually could be equal to what it costs to produce oil or coal. It's called economies of scale. So you're right. It actually sounds reasonable. But government always seems hell-bent on helping big business build up supply first before someone wants to buy it. Putting the cart before the horse. In economics, that's where the term ass backwards comes from.
Hey, but wait a minute. What you guys are talking about is socialism.
No, it's about the government wasting our money on big businesses who are cheating us instead of giving it back to us, putting money in our pockets to spend improving the economy, creating more jobs by buying stuff, which I do believe was supposed to be the intended purpose of the stimulus bill and the trillions it cost.
Trillions? Now wait.
Yeah.
Listen. Imagine, what if they just spent a part of those trillions on giving everybody in the country one of those units? Do you think companies will be falling all over themselves to competing to make those units, like you said? Do you think it would actually stimulate an economy, like you said?
Oh, I don't think the utility companies would want that.
Yeah, and if it's not good for them, it's not good for the coal industry that sells the coal to make electricity, or the railroads that transports the coal, or even the oil and gas companies who are already replacing coal and heating and lighting our homes, or the utilities that couldn't survive if we didn't depend on them for all our energy needs.
And in the crosshairs of the thousands of lobbyists and the hundreds of $millions they'll spend to make sure your girlfriend, Mother Nature, doesn't win out.
At least it would give us a chance to improve our economy, or what's left of it.
And help people who can't afford their utility bills.
But the utility companies are already in charge. Check out your electric bill and see how much of what you're paying for is renewable energy that your monthly payment was used to create. You could have created that solar and wind power on your own with that idea of yours. But now they got us paying for what should have been for free again, with the government giving them the tax breaks that you should be getting.
You know, we may have stumbled upon an answer how to get a rebound from this financial calamity. It's this idea that we can provide for our own energy and pump up our savings into creating demand. You know, us consumers now spend over $1 trillion every year on fossil fuel energy costs and give over $650 billion in industry subsidies.
You know, these energy and utility companies make billions in profits while destroying our environment and polluting our air and water and not paying for the waste they create. And eventually, we're going to have to switch to cleaner energy. So why not now?
Because the government always protects corporations instead of us citizens, who not only pay for the government, but elect the people running it. They've never been on our side.
Yeah, but you watch as the government will once again bail out corporations with this new stimulus deal so their executives don't suffer. Even though corporations don't create jobs with money from government, it's people who create jobs by having money to spend on stuff. Even though for now, we're not going to have any money to spend.
You know, this deal really sounds far-fetched, but I do agree that we need a change too. I mean, the corruption, the partnership between the energy company and the politics, and the government's taking money out of our pockets so we don't have anything left to spend, will never let our economy rebound. We definitely need to change things.
Now that just makes good common business sense. And what's happening to those trillions of dollars?
Remember how things used to be? We thought stuff made sense. And before this virus took over our lives, we found out about how all that incompetence and corruption allowed for the poisoning of our water, causing people to buy water in toxic plastic bottles since they're not able to drink tap water.
Which is probably better for you than that bottled stuff.
Except if you live in Flint, Michigan or Newark. Besides, how do we know that the plants bottling the water don't have lead in their pipes?
So eventually we'll have to choose between a toxic plastic bottle or lead in water from the tap.
You know what? You guys, you're all crazy for buying that bottled water shit. I still drink water out of the hose, man.
Yeah, those were the days when no one cared about what you did with the water. Today, computers measure every drop.
Oh, yeah. Get this, Gino. When I was arguing with the Water Authority, complaining about my bill last month, man, these people were able to tell me I flushed my toilet 8 times the night before. Can you believe this? The water company knows how many times I flushed my freaking toilet the night before. You know, I told them, I said, hey, guys, next time you see that, do me a favor. Give my doctor a call. Tell him my freaking prostate exploded or something, man.
With all that's going on, I'm pretty sure that your prostate will be at the bottom of your doctor's list.
Yeah, and you thought the NSA was the only one who knew when you were coming and going.
Guys, and water is just another part of nature that government took control of. And now send us a bill to fund an incompetent bureaucracy that can't even deliver good water.
Yeah, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. wanted to know why people had to pay water bills in a world that's 2/3 water.
I'm surprised air is still free.
Maybe for not much longer. We're out of money. I mean, we had more debt than all the goods and services produced in our country. That was before the arrival of this virus.
Yeah, and now there's not enough taxes to pay for it unless they figure out something else to tax, or they'll have to keep raising our debt, which they're going to have to keep doing anyway because of this virus expense.
But not taxing the air. I was just kidding. It's like, it's all around us. It's free air.
If they tax the air, maybe they'll at least make it cleaner.
Yeah, like they did with the water.